You might be interested about these protests in Los Angeles and other cities across the nation. Los Angeles curfew in place overnight. LA police said that mass arrests were made under the curfew. Anti-ICE protests took place in Chicago, New York, Atlanta, Austin, Texas, and Chicago, Illinois. Other local news outlets also reported demonstrations in Philadelphia and San Francisco, there in California. The streets in Los Angeles were quiet this morning, Wednesday, June 11, 2025, after an overnight curfew imposed by the mayor in the city's downtown. He should have done it sooner instead of waiting until Tuesday night. The curfew in Los Angeles, which was lifted at 6 a.m. local time, brought calm to the area, where 5 days of protests over the federal immigration raids have occurred, turned violent. Here on X, there was a Twitter post about photos have surfaced of the man behind the wheel of a truck used to deliver and hand out tens of thousands of dollars worth of face mask shields to rioters in Los Angeles. He is reportedly affiliated with the local 399, a southern chapter of the Teamsters for a Democratic Union. Now, this group evidently is actually not directly affiliated with the Teamsters. It is a grassroots self-funding chapter that was organized, just by individuals. There was another post on Twitter which I really liked. I gave it 5 stars and a thumbs up. Mexican American calls out the protesters in Los Angeles. So, you're in a country you don't want to leave. He went on how shameful he felt that these people who left Mexico have no intention of going back, do not want to go back, but we're proudly waving the Mexican flags. It's like, how stupid are you people? You want to stay here in the United States and you're creating all this violence and waving the flag? You don't want to go back to Mexico. So why are you honoring the Mexican flag? And you can see, let me make this larger. Here we go. Yeah, this is from a Mexican American. He's got lots of tattoos and things like that. But he says, you're waving the Mexican flag and you have no intention of going back to Mexico. So why are you waving the Mexican flag? He says it's shameful what you're doing. You come to this country and you want to stay in this country, but then your actions are the opposite. I'll give you a link to that. It was also announced that 700 Marines would join the National Guard troops in the city today. A spokeswoman for the U.S. military Northern Command said that the Marines who had arrived in the area were undergoing preparatory training and would help protect federal property and personnel, including immigration enforcement agents. Now, there in Chicago, some demonstrations in downtown threw water bottles at police and vandalized at least 2 vehicles. In New York, officers made dozens of arrests near federal buildings in lower Manhattan. The police said in Atlanta they used chemical agents and physical force to drive a few dozen protesters from their foothold on a highway. There was supposed to be a nationwide protest held on the 14th of this month. I believe that's Saturday. More protests were supposedly planned in several cities today, including Las Vegas, Los Angeles, New York, Minneapolis, San Antonio, and Seattle. Some organizers said that local demonstrations this week were a prelude to nationwide ones planned for Saturday against President Trump and an unusual military parade in Washington, D.C. Since protests began last Friday in response to federal immigration raids in Los Angeles, in the Garment District, I guess they're also by Home Depot, hundreds of people have been arrested in several cities, including more than 330 in Los Angeles, 240 in San Francisco, and a dozen in Austin, Texas, officials said. The Los Angeles Police Department said today that 203 people were arrested for failure to disperse after the overnight curfew began downtown, and that 17 others were arrested for curfew violations. In addition, the department said in a statement on social media that 3 people were arrested for possession of a firearm and another for assault with a deadly weapon on police officer. 2 officers were injured and received medical treatment, the statement said, sending prayers for all our personnel there that is trying to uphold the peace. Here's another interesting Twitter post. No one loves Mexico like the people who refuse to live there. And here's another meme that goes along with that Mexican American who put up a Twitter post. F America, viva la Mexico. Okay, buddy, back to Mexico you go. No, please, don't make me go back. Here's another Twitter post. I wonder where he had his shirt made. Support the country you live in, or live in the country you support. I briefly want to show you this other Twitter post. Here we have a bunch of people trying to break in and rob, vandalize this store, and the store owner was trying to hold the door shut. Let me play it for a second. This one fellow comes along, stands in front of the crowd, and I don't speak Spanish, so I don't know what he said, but he stopped him from vandalizing, robbing the store. There he is, right there. That guy is a hero. And he stayed there, protecting the store from these thugs until the police arrived. That man is a hero. Look at all these people. Yeah, and he's chastising them for what they are doing. And there's the police officer that comes. I have to hit play again. Hold on. Alright, so there he is, chastising him. And there's the police officer. And then the crowd disperses. That guy was a hero. And there was another fellow with him. That one there, I think it was. With a face mask. There he is. Or maybe it's a lady. I don't know. I can't tell because they got their face covered. But yeah, it takes people to stop the violence. I don't know if he's legal or if he lives here, but a regular person who stepped up, put his life on the line to say this is not right, you can't do this. Just amazing. We need more people like this young man right here. So what are your thoughts? Put your comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.